Alcohol is central to us being able to remain friends and have a conversation.
Yeah, I need like 4 fingers of whiskey just to be able to tolerate him. I'm Jason.
And I'm Christian.
And this is Drunk Ex-Pastors.
I don't think we knew we were starting Drunk Ex-Pastors when we started it. I certainly didn't. He just brought over a recorder and said, let's record.
You know, we have been friends for so long, and we have these deep conversations all the time, and
We talked for an hour and a half about abortion, and we'd go,
we just solved it.
people need to hear that conversation.
Yeah. And so somebody suggested that we record them and put them out there just to see what happens. And so I showed up with a recorder one night.
You said, we're going to do a podcast.
The rest is history.
We named ourselves Drunk Ex-Pastors not because we were drunk, but because we were drinking, and it just sounded better. But we didn't necessarily mean for it to lead into us always talking about religious topics. But I think the name has kind of brought on more, the questions tend to be more of a religious nature. We both used to be pastors, Jason for a bit longer than myself, but we were both pastors at Calvary Chapel together, both missionaries in Africa and in Hungary. We ran into some theological differences with our previous denomination, and Jason went to seminary and I went to work and slowly gave up my faith. And so now I'm an agnostic.
So I'm a Catholic now. I was a much better Presbyterian than I am a Catholic. It's harder to be Catholic, but I like it. I like incense and stuff, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's, it's mostly about the incense, I think.
Our listeners range from atheists to pastors, and our intention is not to convince either one of them either way. Our intention is just to have conversations that we learn stuff from, that they learn stuff from.
One of the things that makes the show interesting is the fact that even though we agree on a lot of things, there are some very fundamental things about which we disagree. There aren't that many shows out there that have two guys who know each other as well as we do, and for as long as we have known each other, who disagree pretty vehemently at times, but who are able to do so in a way that's respectful and charitable in the context of camaraderie and friendship. I just love challenging myself, I like challenging others, and I like delving into things and exploring issues that a lot of people won't talk about.
Well, you show another side of Christianity that is not often portrayed within Christendom. Mm-hmm. That I think people can look at and say, wow, there's another way to be a Christian than the way I was raised in.
One of the things we hear a lot from our listeners is that you guys touch upon issues and ask questions and are willing to, look into stuff that I've been wanting to learn more about and think more about, but I'm afraid to ask those things. And you guys aren't. And so that's what makes it compelling. And that's part of what I really like about it. If you're somebody who's interested in big topics, if you're interested in questions of God, of death, of politics, of culture, if you're interested in what's happening in the world.
If you ever read stuff in the Bible and gone, man, that's screwed up.
Yeah.
We will agree with you on that.
Yeah. And so if you're just an inquisitive, curious person who likes to think about deep stuff, or if you just are a shallow person who likes to be entertained by, a couple guys banter, here we are.
Forget your shot glasses. I have to clean up every time.
And 3, 2, 1.